Thursday, February 16th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I am meteorologist Matthew East here with you. One storm system moving through today, bringing some showers. We'll get a very nice day again tomorrow, and then we kind of gear up for the big weekend system. It does look like a powerful system as it rolls through the area, but it's looking like it's shaping up to be a couple hundred miles too far north for most of the folks that are paying attention to this video to see some snow. When you get up into the Virginias, it could be a very significant winter storm. I'll get into that. I'm going to spend a lot of time with the dealing with the weekend storm system, and there's still some question marks with the specifics with that here as we go through today's edition of the video. There's the showers pressing into the region today. We will have showers at times, nothing overly heavy. But nonetheless, after a beautiful day yesterday, today will be a day with clouds, showers at times, and a lot of our highs in the 50s. There's your temperature map this morning. It's pretty mild across the southeastern part of the country. And again, temperatures just today held down due to clouds and showers. There's the upper air pattern. Our today's system kind of weakening and dampening as it moves through. There is the weekend system. Early this afternoon on the European model, you can see it very powerful closed low moving into northern Mexico, and as that moves eastward, it will weaken with time, and it will begin to interact with some of this northern branch energy to some extent. And there's still some question marks with exactly how that interaction takes place, but this is what the HPC is going with their preliminary Day 3 chart, valid Sunday morning. Powerful low pressure really beginning to take shape, and what you're seeing happening here is that primary low kind of develops right about there, moves up to South Carolina, and then the energy transfers to the coast as it continues northeastward. And that is a favorable track to give some very significant snows up to this corridor at least, and we'll see how far north it goes, and probably some decent snows with this as the system unfolds. Back into parts of the mountains, maybe some northern foothills areas. Again, I'll show you that in a second. Here's the GFS. Now this is the 0Z run. Some showers around today. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful day. Sunshine, and I think a lot of us able to top 60 again for our Friday afternoon. Saturday, though, clouds really rolling in, and this is valid 1 o'clock in the afternoon Saturday from the 0Z GFS. There's your low over southern Mississippi. 6 hours later, it's over central Alabama. The rain spreading in, and we do have some cold air damming initially as the precip moves in. It's not nearly enough to force any wintry type precip, it doesn't appear, but kind of a sign that it may be a little cool on Saturday, certainly, as that precipitation approaches. We go 6 hours later, there's your primary low on the GFS sitting over GSP. You can see that secondary low beginning to form there, and there you go. The low pressure kind of jumps up to around Elizabeth City by Sunday morning, and then out to sea it goes. Taken verbatim, you kind of look at how this unfolds. GFS is a little warmer than some of the other models, but at any rate, there's the GFS. Let's go to the European. Okay, this is Saturday evening. Low pressure centered near Meridian and Tuscaloosa. Again, some sign of cold air damming as this moves in our region. 6 hours later, there's the low moving to North Georgia. This is 1 a.m. Sunday. 7 a.m. Sunday, the low pressure begins to kind of develop off to the east, sitting over the northern parts of South Carolina up into the Sandhills, and then we go out to Sunday early afternoon. You have a deepening low pressure a little bit east of the northern Outer Banks. And 6 hours later, you see that precipitation lingering, and that might be enough to see a brief period of some snow certainly kind of work their way into maybe the Virginia border counties and the northern foothills of North Carolina. Certainly the mountains will kick over to some snow in that scenario. The Canadian, the slowest and the coldest with this. This is Sunday morning, 7 a.m. There's your low pressure in western Alabama. 6 hours later, very slow-moving system. As we get on out to Sunday evening, there's that secondary low beginning to form near Wilmington. And as we get deeper into Sunday night, this is 1 a.m. Monday morning. There goes the low out to sea, but it lingers a lot of precip behind the main system, even into Monday morning. And again, that would indicate maybe ending as a little bit of snow up around the Virginia border, down into parts of the northern foothills and the mountains. Now, what about the ensembles? Really, they're in pretty good agreement with the operational runs. This is the European ensemble at 72 hours. Compare that to the operational, pretty good. And we go 12 hours later, there goes the ensemble mean low pressure into eastern North Carolina. Now let's go to the Canadian model. Now, the Ensemble is a little bit faster than the operational Canadian with this, but not by a whole lot. There's 7 o'clock in the evening Saturday. We go 12 hours later, Sunday morning at 7 a.m. That's what the Ensemble looks like on the Canadian. Let's look at the operational at the same time. And again, the primary low is still back off to the west a bit in the operational run. Finally, the GFS, and again, this is the 0Z run. There's the Ensemble at 72 hours, and there it is at 84 hours. Compare that to the operational run right there at the same time frame, and the Ensemble a little bit slower than the GFS operational. So I think what we're kind of seeing, we're seeing some consolidation under the idea here. And let's go back to the HPC chart here of low pressure developing in the northern Gulf, then tracking up into central Alabama, north central Georgia, into South Carolina. Then that energy transfers off to the coast. And in this type of scenario, again, probably some good snows with this up into the Virginias and the Mid-Atlantic region. Could be a very significant winter storm for some of those areas, and we'll see how much of that cold air can bleed in, if it can kick over to a period of some decent snow in the North Carolina mountains, maybe the northern foothills, the northern tier of counties near the Virginia border. We will see. That part is still up for debate. Now, again, there's still probably going to be a little bit of changes in the modeling with the specifics of this, but I think for places like Charlotte, Raleigh, down into South Carolina, it looks like this is just going to be a little bit too far north to bring snow. It's going to be a significant system. It's a shame for winter weather fans because this is a good looking system overall. But this looks more like a mid-Atlantic system as opposed to a North Carolina or South Carolina type of snow producing system. Again, the exceptions to this, some of those areas I mentioned in parts of North Carolina. But we'll see. Another day of model runs might bring some changes. We'll kind of see how that all plays out. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.